A very good morning, lovely students. I hope you all are well. And we are going with this chapter, The Tiger King, the reading part. So, yesterday we read that the Maharaja and the Diwan they discussed about the marriage of the Maharaja with certain condition like uh, the state should have at least sufficient number of tigers and the girl should be suitable match and the girl should belong to a royal family likewise. So after this we discussed that there the time came when even the number of tiger they were insufficient in his law's kingdom. Okay, so thereafter it was decided to find out the last one, Hender's tiger, and it was very easy to find tiger's milk rather than a live tiger. Okay, so these were the things we discussed yesterday. Now we start from here. It was first ascertained that this was not the work of Khadar Mian Sahib or Virasmi Niyakar, both famed for their ability to swallow sheep whole. So yesterday we also read that there was a good news for the Maharaja that the number of sheep or the animal sheep began to disappear from the hillside, and it was certain, it was assured that this is not a task related to Khadar Mian Sahib or Vesami Naikar. These two person they were famous for swallowing sheep as a whole completely. Surely a tiger was at work. So it was sure that it is the work of a tiger who kills the sheep. Okay. The villagers ran to inform the Maharaja. The Maharaja announced a 3 years exemption from all taxes for all that village and set out on the hunt at once. So the news reached to Maharaja, and happily Maharaja announced one thing, that all the people they are free from taxes for 3 years. Understood? In his happiness, the Maharaja announced this and also announced set out on the hunt at once and be ready for the hunting of the last tiger. The tiger was not easily found. It was only news, but they did not see the alive tiger. It seemed as if it had wantonly hid itself in order to flout the Maharaja's will. So it seems that it's considered that the tiger, the living tiger, the hunted tiger, has hide itself in order to cheat the Maharaja's will. The Maharaja was equally determined. He was also determined. We know in the very beginning of the chapter that he was self determined. He refused to leave the forest until the tiger was found. So he became rigid in his decision to leave the forest without the tiger. As the days passed, the Maharaja's fury and obstinacy mounted. Means the Maharaja became so angry. Day by day he visited, but he did not get any positive response from the forest to find a live tiger. So he became angry, alarming. Many officers lost their job. And who became the victim of his anger? The officers of the courtier. And they became jobless. One day, when his rage means anger, was at his height, when he was angry, he was about to burst out in his anger. The Maharaja called the Diwan and ordered him to double the land tax forthwith. My dear children, what I told you in the very beginning of the chapter, that this chapter is a good example of showing power. Got it? Certain examples are there. In the very beginning, we came to know that nobody was allowed to flick a stone. Okay. Second thing, he himself announced that to exempt the tax for 3 years. And now, when he became angry, he ordered to double the tax. Got it? So this shows us what the person who is in power can do whatever he wants. Got it? Then the people will become discontented, unsatisfied. Then our state too will fall a prey to the Indian National Congress. Got it? So if they will be disturbed, if they will get separate from each other, it will divide into parts, the state itself. So it will become a part of Indian National Congress. Anyhow, the Maharaja was able to retain his kingdom from the high ranking British officer, but it is not possible if they get separated, if they get divided into parts like the state, then obviously it will become a part of Indian National Congress. And Indian National Congress at that time was the ruling party, especially in politics, and most of the parts of India came under this Congress party. Next, in that case, you may resign from your post, said the king. This was the dialogue spoken by the Diwan. Okay. So as the Maharaja heard this statement from the mouth of Diwan, then the Maharaja also says, in this case, if you feel that my state will go to Indian National Congress, then you also just resign from your job. So what do you see? We see that in his anger, the Maharaja made the people jobless. He did not take any decision from his intelligence or his excellence. Okay, anger became the root cause of his decline. Just see next one. Then Diwan went home convinced that if the Maharaja did not find the tiger soon, the results could be catastrophic. Catastrophic means dangerous. So he discussed with his wife at home. He felt life returning to him only when he saw the tiger, which had been brought from the people's park in Madras and kept hidden in his house. So, after reaching at home, the Diwan discussed with his wife and came up with a plan. What was the plan? That he will bring a living tiger from People's Park in Madras, and today he has kept hidden it in his house. At midnight, means during midnight time, when the town slept in peace, when there was peace completely in the town, when everybody was sleeping, the Diwan and his aged wife dragged the tiger to the car and shoved it into the seat. Means they pulled the old tiger in their car. The Diwan himself drove the car straight to the forest where the Maharaja was hunting. So Diwan drove the car to the direction in the forest. When they reached the forest, the tiger launched its satyagraha. Means the tiger did not want to leave the seat, the comfort in the car, and refused to get out of the car. The Diwan was thoroughly exhausted in his effort to hold the beast out of the car and push it down to the ground. When Diwan was unable to cool down the tiger from the car, lastly he pushed the tiger on the ground from the car. So, what happens right now? The Diwan had a plan. He stole a living tiger from the people park from Madras, and with the help of his car, he delivered that tiger in the forest where the Tiger King was hunting. Okay, so anyhow, the Diwan, uh, including his wife, they were able to save the job and the reputation in the eyesight of the Maharaja. Then, on the following day, means next day, the same old tiger wandered into the Maharaj's presence and stood as if in humble supplication. So, the Maharaja himself Saw that living tiger the very next day. Master, what do you command of me? It was with boundless joy that the Maharaja took careful aim at the beast. The tiger fell in the crumpled heap. Means when the master means some other people, including Divan, they told, "What are you waiting for? What are you command for?" Means what? Only shooting. So lastly, what was arranged? Special kind of shooting was arranged for this Hender's tiger, and the Maharaja shot the tiger, and the tiger fell in the crumpled beak, like a pillow is covered, pillow is rooted like that. I have killed the hundred tiger. My vow has been fulfilled. Means my promise has been fulfilled. I have killed the hundred tiger. Who killed the hundred tiger right now? The Maharaja. The Maharaja was overcome with elation, means over happiness. Okay, ordering the tiger to be brought to the capital in grand procession, and he ordered the servants to bring that dead body in the palace or in the capital for grand uh, procession. Procession means funeral procession to make it buried. Okay, the Maharaja hastened away in his car, and Maharaja came in his car to the capital or to the state Pratibandpuram. After the Maharaja left, the hunters went to take a closer look at the tiger. Hunters means a group of person, two or three person. They went to the dead body of the tiger. The tiger looked back at them, rolling its eye in bafflement, surprisement. But what did they observe? That the tiger opened its eyes and he observed all these people. The man realized that the tiger was not dead. The tiger was alive. Obviously, when he opened his eyes, the bullet had missed it. Means, what did they got to know? That the Maharaja of Pratibandpuram had missed his target, or his bullet missed the tiger. It had fainted from the shock of the bullet, whistling past. What could happen? That the Maharaja shot the tiger, and this tiger, being an old, what happened to him? Fainted, became unconscious with the whizzing past, with the sound of the bullet. The hunters wondered what they should do. Now, what did they do now? What should they do now? They decided what that the Maharaja must not come to know that he had missed the target. Anyhow, they planned that Maharaja should not get to know that he has missed his target. If he get to know that he has missed the target, they could lose their jobs. So these hunters also, they could also become jobless. So what did they decide? One of the hunters took aim from a distance of the 1 foot and shot the tiger. And on the spot, the second hunter shot the tiger dead. This time he killed it without missing his mark. And hunter was the person. Here we came to know, my dear children, hunter was the person who shot the hundredth tiger, not the Maharaja. Okay, and this time he did not miss the bullet. Then, and as commanded by the king, the dead tiger was taken in procession through the town and buried. So, with complete procession, funeral procession, that last tiger was buried into the ground. A tomb was erected over it. This is the tomb. Just see. This is the tomb. Okay, a picture was also put over there. So a tomb was also erected or also constructed. Erected means constructed over the grave of the tiger. A few days later, the Maharaja's son's third birthday. Dear children, do you remember? As he promised to kill 100 tiger till that day and till today, by killing 100 tiger, he did not do any celebration in the kingdom. So now his son, his prince, you can say, was 3 years old. Third birthday, it was his third birthday was celebrated. Until then, the Maharaja had given his entire mind over to tiger hunting. Before that, before this birthday, his complete attention was given to tiger hunting. He had had no time to spare for the crown prince. Got it? He did not give time to crown prince. But now the king turned his attention to the child. Now he focused the child. He wished to give him some special gift on his birthday. He wanted to give him some special gift on his birthday because it was third birthday for the child, but it was the very first birthday for the Maharaja to celebrate, because before that he was busy in his tiger shooting. He went to the shopping center in Pratibandpuram and searched every shop but could not find anything suitable. Okay, he went to the market and searched every point. Finally, he spotted a wooden tiger in a toy shop and decided it was perfect to give. Lastly, what did he like? He liked a wooden tiger and wanted to purchase it. The wooden tiger cost only 2 annas. Real cost of the tiger was 2 anna and a quarter. Okay, 2.5 you can say. Oh, sorry, 2.25. But the shopkeeper knew that if he spoke such a lower price to the Maharaja, he would be punished under the rules of the emergency. Okay, so the shopkeeper tricked a good plan. That real value of the wooden tiger was 2 anna and a quarter, but he did not want to ask for this price because it would be a great loss for the shopkeeper in that time of emergency. So he said, Your Majesty, this is an extremely rare example of craftsmanship. Okay, craftsmanship that carpenter that made it special. A bargain at 300 rupees. See, 2 anna and a quarter was the real price, but the shopkeeper charged 300 rupees from the Maharaja. Okay, very good. Let this be your offering to the crown prince on his birthday. So, lastly, what happens? The Maharaja chose that wooden tiger and gift it to his prince. Said the king and took it away with him. On that day, father and son played with that tin little wooden tiger. On that same day, on the third birthday of the child, the Maharaja was playing with his prince with this wooden tiger. It had been carved by an unskilled carpenter. See, my dear children, it was crafted by unskilled, means newly carpenter, a new carpenter. Okay, but what did the shopkeeper say? It was a rare piece of craftsmanship. Okay, so this particular wooden tiger was made by an unskilled carpenter. Its surface was rough, mean the skin of the wooden tiger, the wood you can say, was of not good quality. Tiny slivers of wood stood up like quills all over it, means tiny slivers. The small point of rough surface of the wooden, they were standing all around the wooden tiger. One of those slivers pierced means get into the Maharaja's right hand. So when he was playing with this wooden tiger, suddenly slivers get into the Maharaja's right hand. He pulled it out with his left hand and continued to play with the prince. He did not bother about that sliver. He thought it is just a minor thing. He pulled it out from his left hand and keep on playing with the prince. The next day, infection flared in Maharaja's right hand. And the very next day, that sliver infected him a lot. In 4 days, it developed into a suppurating sore which spread all over the arm. In 4 days, the infection reached at its point and it spread till his arm. Okay, so its reach was about his or over the arm. 3 famous surgeons were brought in from Madras. Okay, for treatment of the Maharaja, a team of 3 famous surgeons was called from Madras. After holding a consultation, they decided to operate. So after discussion, they got to know that the Maharaja has to go through an operation. The operation took place. They conducted the operation. The three surgeons who performed it came out of the operation theater and announced. Means after doing the operation of the Maharaja, they came out of the operation theater and announced what? The operation was successful. Got it? The Maharaja is dead. My dear children, this is the last second line of the chapter. Got it? And here this line is full of irony. This statement, the operation was successful, the Maharaja is dead. This is an ironical statement given by the team of doctors. Why? Was their purpose to kill the tiger king? No. See what happens. There are two parts. The operation was successful means what? As per medical science, the team of doctors followed each and every precautions and the operation was successful. What was the result? The Maharaja is dead. The team of doctors did not bother about the result, even though they were quite confirmed about their process of operation. So medically, the operation was successful, but practically it was not successful. Means the Tiger King was dead. Okay, so in this manner, the 100 tiger took its final revenge upon the Tiger King. So lastly, we can say that whatever the chief astrologer predicted on his birth or on his born day, it was taking place gradually and it happened in reality. That's why, my dear children, the chief astrologer was so confident in his prediction and he told that if I stay wrong, then I will burn my books, I will change my profession, I will cut my tuff. Okay, so do you remember these words? So we can say that the chief astrologer was right in his proclamation or in his prediction, and the Maharaja, by showing his power was unable to kill Hender's tiger. Okay, so this is the last part and the end of the chapter. Tomorrow I'll be posting you the question answer of this chapter. Thank you. Have a good day.